Hello everybody, Thomas Fleming here. Well, as I'm making this, Christmas is about 5 days away. So it'll be out tomorrow, which means Christmas will be 4 days away. So I'm going to kind of lighten this up a little bit. I've got some Christmas stuff I want to do, and I'm going to be doing this little video here, just kind of a cute light video so that we don't have to get too bogged down in things. God's going to come and get us. He's going to get us in His good, sweet time. But He knows what's happening. You don't have to worry about being surprised. So, however long it takes, just ride it out. Okay, so my theme for this is it's time for a tune-up. Now, anybody who knows cars knows that we used to do a lot more work on our cars than we do today. Years ago, we didn't have computers. You couldn't plug it in and pull out a reading that said, rotate this bearing and then fix this and do this. You couldn't do anything. You had to know what you were doing. So we tell people we got to go grease the muffler bearings or something. They just nod and think we knew what we were talking about. Anyhow, I had my dad bought Ford, so I was a Ford guy. I know there's other guys that do Chevys and all this other stuff, but I had a Ford. It had a 289 in it, and I didn't feel that was good enough. So when somebody wrecked their really decked out Mustang with their engine that was ported and polished, and if you know what I'm talking about, you know why I got it. I took it and I put it in I had a Ford Galaxy. I don't remember what year it was, but it was the big one, which meant that I could put it inside this gigantic engine compartment and just sit on the fender and have my legs dangling downside while I'm working on it. And it had a big 4-barrel carburetor on it that you could sit there and pour a bucket with gas in it if you wanted to, and it would drink it every bit of it up. And that was when I think gas was 35 cents a gallon, so you go up and put $5 worth in maybe, or $2 worth in, and drive around all week. Okay, now we can't do anything if you don't have the computer. The last car I worked on was in '86. I had a Grand National. I couldn't do anything. I've rebuilt engines and I couldn't do anything with that car. I tried to bleed the brake system and I kept messing it up. You had to use the computer and it would tell you on a 12-port manifold which line to undo. Okay, so I stopped working on cars in '86. All right, well, people like cars, we do need, safety checks periodically. We need tune-ups. Every once in a while, get some of the spirit out and spray in there and get the new car smell back into it. So we're like cars. So the first thing you got to do is with cars on a regular basis is change the oil. Well, our oil can get dirty too. The spirit can be grieving because we haven't repented enough. We haven't been sin-free enough. So it's time to change the oil. So let's turn to Ephesians, and you're going to see where I'm going with this. Ephesians 5:18. Do not be drunk with wine. Is this where we want to be? Yeah. Be drunk with wine, in which is dissipation, but be filled with the Spirit, speaking to one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing and making melody. A good engine, when it's properly tuned, just purrs like a kitten. It is melodious. I could tell without a timing light if my engine was properly tuned. I could turn the distributor and I would know when it was right where it needed to be. Well, nowadays, a computer will tell you, but back then you didn't have that. And we, of course, didn't have fuel injection. They had the carburetors. It was a Holly 650. Like I said, it would suck the gas. Okay. And you also want to do so you want to fill it up with drain the oil and fill it up with fresh spirit from the Spirit of God. Now we're going to look at, you're going to do a safety check. So now I'm going to turn to, let's see if I can find it, Isaiah. I've got so many verses this time, I'm trying to find where they're all at. A lot of them are in Psalms. There we go. We're going to go to Isaiah 41:10. And I'm doing this video at the end of the day. I really need it to be, this is for tomorrow morning. It's been raining all day. And the temperature right now is probably about 40. On Friday it's supposed to be 12, which is the 23rd. I'm supposed to leave that day. Right now my car is not starting. I have no idea. But I can't look at it because it won't stop raining. It just now stopped. So after I get this video done, I'll go look at it. Fortunately, I'm in good cell signal, so this won't take long. And you won't be able to pray for me in my car because you won't get this till tomorrow. So I've already prayed about it, and God said, don't worry, so I'm not worrying. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at Isaiah 41:10. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Yes, I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. So God will come in and help us. Here, do a safety check on us. Here, let us know if we're okay or not. So you change the oil, you do your safety check. Now, one of the things you have to do with these old cars, and sometimes the new cars, is to get out on the highway and open it up and burn off some of the crud that's building up inside, because you've been sitting around idling for too long. If you're not out there doing work for God, then you're an idle, and you're carboning up inside. So you got to get out and really blow that out. I don't mean exceed the speed limit, but just 0 to 60 will help burn off some of the carbon. Okay, this is going to be a light video. I'm going to probably keep these next few this week light, because one, I've got moving day coming up in 3 days. I'm moving south, so I'm going to get out of this temperature. I'm going to probably pack most of my gear Thursday night so that on Friday I don't have to do much. And if they're talking about snow, I may pack up and leave Thursday and head south a day early. And I'll sleep in a rest stop if I need to, just to get out of the cold that's coming in. Okay. So we want to look at 1 Timothy with our idling problem, 5:13. Besides, they learn to be idle, wandering about from house to house, and not only idle, but gossips and busybodies, saying things which they should not. So if you're not talking about good, you're talking about bad or gossip or whatever. So stop idling around. Get out there and find something to do. Find someone to help. We've all got a need to help somebody. It's a need that we have, because it's a need for God, and we've got God in us. So He wants you to get out there and help. Okay. Now, if you're trying to do something and God says stop, do your brakes work? Do you hear Him? Do you know the signs of your vehicle when God says don't do this or stop? So we're going to turn to Psalms, and we're going to go 37. Okay, 37, 7 to 9. Rest in the 37 verses 7 through 9. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for Him. But do not fret because of him who prospers in this way, because the man who brings wicked schemes to pass. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Do not fret, it only causes harm. For evildoers will be cut off, but those who wait on the Lord shall inherit the earth. So when God says to wait, you are to wait. Okay, Most people nowadays, at least if you've got a smartphone, you can have a navigator. They make individual navigators you can buy from Garmin or other places, or you can use your smartphone as a navigator. I use my navigator all the time, even if I know where I'm going, because it'll let me know if there's a problem on the road, a traffic tie-up or something, a reason for me to go around. So I use my navigator all the time. So let's look at Psalm 25, 4 through 5. Show me your ways, O Lord. Teach me your paths. Lead me in your truth and teach me, for you are the God of my salvation. Oh, and I will wait all the day. On you I will wait all the day. So we're told to wait. We're told to follow his direction, do what he tells us to do. That's why we have this Bible, so that we can understand him. Now, how about your other safety features? What about your lights? How are your lights working on yourself? These lights up here, are the lights on your car the same one? Let's turn to Psalm 119. This is the long psalm that's in there. 119, 105. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. So if you want to be able to see, call on God, and he'll light your way. See, I was having fun doing this. This is easy work. I got another plane going off. We got an airport that's not too far from here, but because we're overcast, they're flying below the clouds, which means they're closer to the ground and noisier than normal. Okay, he's gone. And my last one, the number 7th maintenance tip for you is you can't just work with no fun. You got to have a radio. Turn into a station to find a nice religious station. And if you don't have one because you're too far away, open the book of Psalms and just sing along. We have a whole book full of songs. We were just reading out of a couple of them there. So, keep yourself tuned up. This is Christmas season. Everything needs to run properly. After I get this recorded, I'm going to start it uploading, and then I'm going to go work on my car and see if I can figure it out. The battery's not dead, but it won't start. It just goes click. So now I got to figure out which one of the safety things is not working. There's a neutral switch in the gear shifter, and I don't know. It's been starting fine, but every once in a while I'll get a dead spot or something, whatever, and I can't get it to engage, and I'll work it back and forth. It's an automatic, and all of a sudden it'll start. And all of a sudden now it stopped, and I think it's probably just because of the cold, the switch is stuck or the relay stuck or something. I do have roadside assistance, which I can call if I need to. But I hate to spend the money if I don't have to, so we're going to go see if we can figure this critter out. And since it's still cold and rainy, I may wait and do it tomorrow, but I'm leaving Friday, so I got to have a working car. I can have it towed and I can have it jumped. I've got cables on my back if I need to, and I can flag a ranger and he can help me jump the car, if that's all it is. But the battery's only 2 years old, so it can't really be that unless it's defective. And if it is, then I'll be happy to take it to the dealer and have them put a new one in, replacing their defective old one. Okay. If you just want some fun music, and you know, Christian music is good too, but there's some good secular music. You know, get some Beach Boys out there and play your little hot rod songs and Surfing USA. I used to live out there. Now I couldn't surf because I wore glasses. These are reading glasses. I only need them when I'm reading. But out there I had to wear regular glasses to see, and I've had LASIK, so I don't have to see long distance anymore with glasses. But out there I couldn't ride a surfboard. I couldn't see. I take my glasses off, I can't see. I put my glasses on, and they keep falling off when you fall into the water. And then they get wet, and then it's kind of wavy, and I gave up. I'm not a big surface water person anyway. Give me flippers, mask, and snorkel, and I'll be happy as a clam. But I don't like to swim. I don't like to play in the pool, really. I just get under the water. And I used to dive a little bit, especially towards San Diego and out that way years ago. There's probably nothing out there now worth looking at. It's either all dead from the pollution, or they're eating the pollution and they're not edible themselves if you're going to catch something. Mexico used to be good. I used to go down to Baja at least once a year, but that was when it was a dirt road and it was hard to get down and nobody would go down there. Now it's a highway going down there, and everybody that gets down that way, it gets too many. It's just too crowded. So I'm going to head to Florida. I've got my next place I'm going to is going to be down on the border of Georgia and Florida, and then I'm going to go to a national park in Florida. And this is the first time in all the time that I've had my America the Beautiful card that I'm actually going to use it. I'm camping for $11 a night with electricity. How about that? Because I have a lifetime card because I'm old. One good advantage of being old is they give out benefits. I'm also military, so I'll get a discount on other things as well. Okay. Again, this is short. It won't take long to upload it because I've got strong signal here. I'm in civilization. I've got freeway noise. You can hear it in the background. Jets flying over. Yeah. This is supposed to be my time to go clean out my storage unit. Get a couple more things there. I'm taking things down that I'm going to need. I checked the temperature. Right now I think it's 40. It's going to get down into maybe 39 or 38 tonight because of the cloud covering. Tomorrow it's going to clear out. We might get one more rain on Thursday. Not going to snow, I don't think. But the cold's coming in Thursday night and Friday. And Friday, like I said, maybe 12 degrees. 12 to 15 is what they're looking at. I don't know if there's any moisture in the air, but if there is, there will be snow. And I don't like putting all this stuff, my tent's right here next to me. I don't like putting all this stuff up in rain or cold. It's not pleasant. Since it all has to go in my car, I don't want it to be wet, so I'm going to have to watch the weather. If Thursday is a better day to pack out, I'll pack out on Thursday. And I'll have to forego my storage unit work with my car. I'm going to have to get that looked at. I'm going to go look at it now and check and make sure the battery cables are connected. My battery's in the trunk. It doesn't fit up in the engine compartment because they got too much stuff crammed in there. And it's a bigger battery than a normal car has. So, and it's new. It's like 2 years old, so it's still under warranty if there's a problem. I just have to get it jumped and drive it to the place I got it. Pet Boys, they're pretty good. And they're all over the place. So if I have problems anywhere in any state, I just find one. But I'm going to take it back to the people that put it in. Anyhow, we're getting close to Christmas. I hope you're getting excited to spend time with friends and family. It's not really Jesus' birthday, it's just the day we pick to celebrate it. As long as we remember him, that's the key. And we want to remember him by being good Christians during this time of year. People are out there shopping and pushing people around and grabbing stuff. Don't be that. Don't be like that. Somebody wants something, let them have it. If there's none left, you either aren't supposed to get it, or you're supposed to go someplace else and look for it. And if you wait till the last minute, like now, to shop, shame on you. You should have been shopping most of the year. Every time there's a sale, put it up in the closet. Someplace where the kids won't find it. And they look, so even a locked door, they can figure out how to get in it when you're not home. So, all right. It's getting cold. I can feel the temperature slowly dropping. It's not going to go very far because of the cloud cover, but I've got my extra sleeping bag in the tent just in case I'm here Friday morning. I've got a 0-degree bag, and then I slide that inside my 30-degree bag so that I'm nice and toasty. So I can stay in that all day long, but I got to get up and move. And I've got 2 heaters now. I replaced the one that went bad, so I've got 2 heaters. And I have 2 power cords coming into my tent, so each one has their own. I can run them both at full. So inside the tent, I'm toasty. My sleeping bag, I'm toasty. It's just outside. Okay, countdown to Christmas. What else have I got up my sleeve? God bless. Well, there's enough geese for a quorum. Wonder what they're discussing. The park is empty except for me and our feathery friends here. I think I'll stay right here and not get any closer. No need to scare them. My dad used to run hunting clubs, and he could call ducks and geese with his voice, and they would come. It was amazing. He even made a recording of it at one time. Somewhere I have a record of it. And again, there's the lake. But they're up foraging right now, so I'll leave them be.